In the dark glasses there, a keen Newcastle United fan, John McCrick of the racing world. I wonder what odds he's giving on a Newcastle comeback in the second half. 12 years since Newcastle United last got into the 6th round of the FA Cup. Wimbledon, of course, were there last season, and they lost to Tottenham. Anderson. It is remarkable that this season Newcastle have had problems in their home games in the First Division. They've actually taken more league points away from home than in front of these wonderful, passionate fans here. Supporters who idolise Paul Gascoigne and who will be trying to lift their team. Anderson did well to find McDonald. Peter Jackson. That's a measured pass for McDonald. Vaughan tries to stop the corner unsuccessfully. On this ground where they hold so many cup memories, for the current team to write another chapter here with a comeback. Jackson. He's getting closer. Peter Jackson really launched himself through the pack here, had a good run at it, climbed the highest. Here's Wise. Sanchez. Newcastle really can't afford to concede a second goal. Just the one in terms of deficit. Keeps the match well within reach. Well, there's been a lot of activity down on both benches. Wise, and it's in. It went towards Cork, but over him, and round the back came Brian Gale. 2 free kicks, 2 goals, and Newcastle's defending cut to pieces at the dead ball situations. But now they have a corner. Gascoigne with the corner. Wimbledon buoyant, but having to defend. Retrieve the ball as Neil McDonald gives Newcastle United hope. They had to strike back quickly. That's just what they've done. McDonald flicked it on in the first place. Goddard could only get it back. And there was McDonald. In fact, it finally ricocheted in off Cork. But McDonald will claim it, I'm sure. As though Newcastle were on their way out of the cup. Gale. Goddard. Turned away from Goodyear. Mirandinha ahead of him down the line. Gascoigne also up in support. Goddard wanting to pick the right pass. Or maybe not pass at all. They were peeling off him, his teammates, and so that central furrow that he was ploughing continued to look menacing, and it brought the best out of Besant. Sanchez on for Fashanu. ground on Jackson, who's struggling to stay with him. And it was a sort of sprawling, untidy tackle that could easily have led to a penalty. The tension of the occasion reflected in the expression on Bobby Gould's face and in the tone of the message. Oh, it was a cruel bounce for Jackson. Fashion! My word, he'll take a bow here. Minutes left, and from Besant's free kick, just look what happened. Jackson went for it, but it skipped up. He couldn't deal with it, but Fashion who could, to loop it over a despairing Kelly. And that is a bleak scoreline for Newcastle United, and all around me, they're getting up and making their way to the exits are the Newcastle supporters. You really do have to admire the Wimbledon powers of resilience. They've earned themselves a place in the 6th round of the FA Cup for the 2nd year in succession. John Fashion who's sealing it with a memorable 3rd goal, and there's just a little problem as the players leave the pitch, which might spoil their day. Bobby Gould dragging Terry Gibson away. For the final score, it's Newcastle United 1, Wimbledon 3.
I know some of the lads that have been at Wimbledon a long, long time, how they react. Vincent Jones, I don't know, and I didn't know until the last 2 weeks when I've chaperoned him around London and showed him what professional football is all about. And I was a little bit concerned. I deliberated over my selection. Don Howe and I discussed it, and we went with him, and I thought he was quite outstanding today.
Because there was an enormous amount of pressure on him in particular.
Yes, but if you can share pressure, Martin, and we've tried to do that within the club, not only myself, but everybody else at the club, realising what an emotional young man he is, that he's came out and he gave a good performance. But in saying that, Laurie Sanchez in midfield helped, and, you know, Terry Gibson's back now, 2 goals on the trot, having been out such a long time. Laurie Cunningham out of football for a while, did me a great hour, and then we were in a great position of finding that Oman Cork to come on.